Hey, what's going on everyone? So I've been wanting to do this video for a while now, ever since I got the Kent electric bike. I've been wanting to do a range test on it to see how far it can go. We're gonna do that today. We're gonna be taking these out on the bike trail up at Ohio Powell. This bike is rated to go 15 miles, right around there on PAS level 1. Now there's 3 PAS levels. My son's just gonna ride it like a normal bike, whatever assist level he feels is normal, and pedal in whatever gear he feels is normal. And we're gonna try to see if we can push this thing to the limits and see how far we can get on it. So now my brother's gonna be coming up and renting some electric bikes from the bike shop. Now they have Aventins for rent. Now I'll be talking about those a little bit further in the video, how much they cost to rent and things like that. So if you guys are interested, if you're in this area and wanna rent some of these bikes for the day, stick around and make sure you don't miss that. So we are on the electric step through. My wife's on that. I'm on my original electric, and like I said, my son's going to be on the Kent. Now this Kent has a 180 watt motor and a 5.2 amp hour battery, so that's why it's rated for around 15 miles. So we're going to see here today what we get. Hope you guys enjoy this video. He's been having a blast on this bike. I have my phone on there to track the miles because there is no display, so hopefully the rain holds off because they were calling for rain later, but we're gonna see what happens, and hope you guys enjoy the video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoy this, please hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Let's get into it. Whew. All right, guys, so we're down here cruising on the trail. Beautiful day, not real hot. Preston's battery has 3 different dots for different levels, and he's already down 1 dot at about 3 miles. So that's down pretty far on there. On his touchpad for the PAS levels, it's still showing a full battery. So when that hits half up there, we're probably going to turn around. So I was hoping to originally get 10 miles each way, but I'm not quite sure we're going to make it. There's my brother up there on the Aventin. Let's see if we can catch up to him so I can show that to you guys. But those are the Aventin bikes that are for rent. And if you want to rent these bikes, they are $40 for up to 2 hours per bike, or $60 for 3 hours. So basically it's about $20 per hour, but a $40 limit. So you're gonna spend at least 40 bucks to rent one, which if you never have ridden an e-bike before and were thinking about getting into it and just wanted to try it, it's a great opportunity for them to be able to rent bikes to you. Now they did disable the throttle on these for the bike trail to make them legal on the trail, they said, and also limited the bikes to 17 miles per hour. Yeah, I'll have to show you guys the bike later on because I don't really want to pass up my son here. But he's cruising right along on that Kent, running through them gears back and forth however he needs it. And that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to get him the Kent, because it's like a regular bike with gears. There was a few other bikes that I was looking at before getting him the Kent, but none of them had gears in the back, and they were just like, you know, they were a little bit cheaper, but just not like a regular bike, and that's not what I wanted to get him. I wanted to get him something that he could ride like a normal bike, still shifting back and forth through the gears as needed, you know, to make it easier up hills and things like that, and has front suspension. So to me, it was the perfect choice, but I think we're definitely going to be needing another battery to go on some longer rides, but we're going to see here today exactly how far we get on that. So, but we'll talk about it a little bit more later on, and see you guys in a few minutes. Got some people down there rafting. It's pretty cool. I've always wanted to do that, but never got around to trying it. Awesome bridge here. Pretty cool bridge. Very beautiful day out here today. I hope the rain holds off. All right, guys, we stopped to take a little break and a little overlook. Kind of hard to see the water down there, but pretty neat. So let's go up and get a little bit of a closer look at the Aventins. Pretty cool rock there. But yeah, these are the Aventins that you can rent from the store. Pretty nice, have front suspension on them. Integrated battery in the frame. Not sure what size the motor is, it doesn't really say on there, but like I said, they're 40 bucks for up to 2 hours and 60 bucks for 3 hours. So I'm not sure if they charge you $20 per hour after that or not, but Preston there on the Kent. What do you think so far, bud? Let's see how many miles you went. So far we went 3.6 miles, and oh, he turned the battery off. So this is what I was talking about, 3 bars on the battery. He's already down 1 on there. But up here on the display, it's still showing a full charge. So I don't know, we're gonna see. Hopefully we can get 10 miles each way. That would be awesome if we can. And then that'll be what our normal rads used to be when he was just on his regular pedaled trek. And then if we get another battery, we'll be probably able to go, you know, depending on what we get today, double that. So that'd be awesome. They're supposed to start selling those batteries possibly towards the end of the summer or into fall. That's what they told me. So hopefully they do come out with another one. And I don't know, we're gonna get back into our ride, but yeah, that's an awesome rock there. All right guys, so I switched my brother and I'm on the Aventon bike. Pretty nice bike here by Aventon. Not too shabby, nice hydraulic brakes. And it's capped out at 17 miles an hour for the bike trail here. So they limited it to that. Not sure what speed you can unlock it to, but it is limited for the ones that you do rent. So yeah guys, like I said, it's a great option if you want to just get yourself on a bike and see if you like it, and you know, just see if you're going to like going out on the bike trail. It's a really good option to try to see if you can rent one where you're at, to see if you just like an e-bike, period, regardless of what kind they are, just to get out there and try them out. All right guys, so we just stopped to take a break. We're at 5.6 miles, no dots missing off of that battery, and still only one missing down there, so doing pretty good so far. Go ahead and get in front of me. All right guys, so we just hit about 6 miles and he said that he dropped one battery bar up on the display, or not the display, but the controller where you control the PAS levels. So he's one bar down and we're 6 miles in. And he's cruising pretty much the whole time in PAS level 2. Like I said, there's 3 PAS levels and we're cruising right around 10 miles an hour or so, which is a nice speed for the trail. One would be a little bit too slow, but that's the one that they said you should get 15 miles out of PAS 1. So pretty much we're gonna see how far you can get out of PAS 2, because that's what he's pretty much been in the whole time. I think he may have hit 3 once or twice, but I told him just to stay in 2 and pedal normal like he normally does on his other bike, and we'll see how far we get. All right guys, so I think we just made it about the halfway point. We're at 8.2 miles on the GPS. This is showing 3 bars. Has this went down to 2 at all when you were riding?
Yeah, it went down to 2 like a minute ago.
Okay, so he said as he's riding, it just went down to 2 bars, but when he stops, it goes back up to 3. And we got 1 dot on the battery out of 3, so we're definitely gonna head back. I hope we make it back, because that being only 1 dot's a little concerning. But up here, still showing good, so we'll see. Hopefully we make it back, and if we do, that should be right around 16 miles. So hopefully we get back. What do you think? If it runs out of juice, you gonna be able to pedal it back?
Maybe.
Hope so. So the bike is a little bit heavier with the steel frame and having the electric motor and everything, so it is a little bit harder to pedal than the regular bike that he's used to. But how do you feel now? You still got a lot of energy? Have you been putting a lot of power into it?
Yeah.
You have been? Okay, like normally when you're riding your truck?
Yeah.
So you're still getting a good workout, good exercise? All right, so we're gonna head back and hopefully we make it. See you guys in a little bit. All right guys, so we're at 12 miles right now and he's gonna bump it up to PAS 3. He's still at 2 bars up top by the handlebars. And we're just gonna cruise back right around 15 miles an hour or so in 3 until he drops down to 1 bar. 1 dot, and then he's gonna lower it back down to 2. So we don't run out of juice, but we got about 4 miles to go, so we should be good for a little while. All right guys, so a few things I wanted to mention is my son is about 52 pounds. So if your kid is heavier than this, he's probably gonna get less mileage. Now my son, he's about right at the minimum height and minimum size for this bike. He just turned 8 years old. He got it when he was 7. Keep that in mind. If you want to see the unboxing of this and me talking about the sizes and everything, make sure you check out my first video I did where he actually goes over a lot of the features and reviews the bike. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll leave a link down below in the description to that video or at the end of this video, one or the other. But just keep that in mind. There's a lot of things that are going to depend on what kind of mileage you get with hills and everything. Now this is on the bike trail, pretty much flat ground. There was a few hills, so not too bad, but like I said, most of this trip he was in PAS 2 the whole time, basically in medium, and then here on the way back a few times he bumped it up to 3 until he dropped the 1 bar, which I don't know, he might have did maybe a mile or 2 on PAS 3. We have about 2 miles to go, so I'm pretty sure we'll make it. He might bump it back up to 3 just so we get back a little quicker, but pretty good so far. It's definitely a lot better than the 15 miles that they claimed on PAS 1. So if we get 15 miles at least on PAS 2, I'd be good with that. Get another battery, we'll be able to do 30 on the bike trail. That's perfect. That's all I need, because on this bike here I get about 38 miles max on a bike trail. So if they come out with new batteries, we'll definitely be getting another one. But overall, not too bad. I mean, we've been out for a few hours, so 1 battery on here on the bike trail, fairly level ground, is plenty for a few hours. You know, 8 miles out and hopefully 8 miles back, we'll see. But I hope you guys found this enjoyable and helpful if you guys are looking into a bike like this. Like I said, the reason why I wanted to get him a bike like this is because it still has the gears. He still has to pedal, which, sorry if you guys can't hear me, there's a train across the river there. But what's nice is there is no throttle on this bike, so he still has to pedal for it to go. So you're still gonna get exercise on the bike. You're still gonna be able to pedal it like a regular bike and still, you know, they can't pretty much get lazy and not pedal and use throttle, which is good in my opinion, because I want him to still get the exercise, because for one, he races BMX, so it really it still gives him a pretty good workout while he's riding the bike. So see you guys when we get back closer, and hopefully we make it. Alright guys, so we made it back to the car. We went exactly 15.9 miles on this trip. Now he is down to 2 bars here on his display here and 1 bar on the battery still. Now when he was in PAS 3, which is in high, basically high, it was dropping down to 1 bar, but he rode like that for a few miles on the way back. And then when he's not pedaling, it's still up to 2. So we almost got 16 miles out of it. We're gonna head back towards home, and then we're gonna finish this battery out in the parking lot back home until it is dead. That way we can see exactly how many miles we got out of 1 charge. So at first I didn't think we were gonna get the 15 miles because it dropped 1 bar on the battery really quickly, but so far it's held up pretty good. And overall, I'm really impressed to get the range that we got out of it, being that he was in PAS 2 the whole time and not in PAS 1 like they have it rated for at 15 miles in the lowest level. So let's get back to home and run this battery out and see how far we actually got out of it. Whew. All right guys, so we're back over close to home and he's finishing out the battery over here. We're gonna just cruise around PAS 2 and 3 and see how far we can get on the remainder of this battery. and he just said it hit 1 dot, but he's cruising around on PAS 3. Right around 15 miles an hour. Easy, bud. You can't. GoPro, stop recording. Alright guys, so he just said that the battery light was starting to flash on the handlebars. He's currently at 3.2 miles and PAS level 3 or in high the whole time since we've been over here. So combined so far, that is like 19.1 miles, I believe. But we're gonna keep riding here. Yeah, 19.1 miles, but we're gonna keep riding here for a little bit because he said it still has some pretty decent power, and see if we can make it to at least 20. All right guys, we are pretty much out of battery. You can see there that it's blinking down there on the 1 dot, on the first dot. And we went a total of 19.5 miles. So pretty good in my opinion. It's rated for 15 on PAS level 1. There's 3 levels like I said. It's rated for 15 miles an hour in PAS level 1. We got 19.5 miles out of it. He's 52 pounds roughly. PAS 2 the whole time on the bike trail with hitting 3 for a few miles here and there. I'd say at least 2 miles, maybe we did PAS 3, and then the whole time back here, he did 3.6 miles, and he was in PAS 3, the highest mode, the whole time, cruising around here on and off the brakes, jumping off of sidewalks and stuff. So pretty much, I would say on the bike trail, we're gonna definitely average, we could definitely get at least 18 miles, possibly 20 on the bike trail, no problem, as long as we're staying in around PAS 2 and 3. So that's awesome for us because we normally go on 20-mile rides. So once we get that second battery, we're gonna be able to do up to 40-mile rides, and trust me, I'm probably not gonna wanna go that far on these in one shot anyway, because after, you know, probably about 30 miles, I'm really feeling it. So that's awesome. That's the main reason why we wanted to get one of these bikes, and that's to go out on the bike trail and make it a little bit easier for him so he didn't have such a hard time keeping up without an electric motor, because ever since we've gotten our e-bikes, he's been able to keep up, but by the end of the trail, a lot of times he wanted to quit, and this is a game changer for us. So if you guys are interested in purchasing one of these bikes, I'll leave a link down below in the comment. Now, they did send me this Kent for free to test out and review, and in my opinion, if you're looking for something similar like I was, where you wanted to keep your kid on a normal bike to where they can still ride it as a normal bike, but still have some assistance and still have to pedal to get that power, then this is the perfect bike in my opinion. I believe they're only sold by Kent through Walmart currently, and they're about $498 currently. So if you guys are interested in that, check that out, and I will see you guys around on the next one. If you guys subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you around.